Okay, so like I said, my name is Danny. I'm part of the educational stuff in AvaTrade. I'll be giving you the webinar today, the AvaTrade live Q&A webinar, which will happen in a few steps. That I'm going to show you the presentation at the moment, and I will explain what will happen in each and every step. We will begin with the common questions that we have gathered from other webinars in this webinar and the webinar we had yesterday, and dynamic questions that I'll be putting down. This is a good time to say that you guys may ask any questions you have on your mind, regardless the subject that I'm teaching. It means that I can speak about leverage, and if you remembered a question about, I don't know, some assets, you can put it down. I will attend the questions accordingly. Don't be shy. That's the purpose for the webinars. Okay, ask away anything you want regarding AvaTrade or anything at all. Okay, so the second part, like I said, dynamic questions. I'll have place for 5, 6 questions to put down. Third part will be more about links, information, webinar privileges. That at the end of the webinar, whoever was on the ultimate webinar yesterday knows that I've promised a one-on-one live session with a senior account manager. Okay, and if we want to cover analysis during the webinar itself, I'll speak about analysis at the end of it, at maybe before the end of it, and at the end, if we'll have even more spare time, so an open discussion with you guys. Okay, so let's begin. But let's begin first with the disclosure. I'll help you read the first few lines, then I'll go for checking that the webinar is recorded as it's supposed to be. Obviously, the webinar will be recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube later on. Okay, so now the risk disclosure. Any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. I'll be gone for roughly 10 seconds to make sure that the webinar is recorded as it's supposed to be. Then I'll be back and we will begin. All right. All right, it seems like everything is as we planned. We're going to begin with a comment question from previous webinars. Okay, so, all right, so those questions are, it seems like we've answered those questions. We should answer that this week as well. How to use AvaProtect, how to calculate profit and loss, how to make a withdrawal, preparations, how can I follow on other traders. Okay, all right, so we're gonna begin with the first one, how to use AvaProtect. I'm gonna go ahead and say that AvaProtect is a product that is only, just a second, that is only on the WebTrader or the AvaGo. Now, the platforms that we offer are MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, right, or MT5. Some of you may know it by those names. And then we have MT5 and the AvaGo and the Web Trader, which we are seeing now. Now, AvaProtect is a product that allows to protect. AvaProtect is a product that allows to protect the position for a certain time frame, and whatever losses I have made during the coverage, I will get back. All right, that means right now we're gonna take, at the moment this is for currencies, silver and gold. This product allows you to protect the position, you get the losses back, but it's for currencies, silver and gold. We're gonna go for silver for the sake of the discussion. And then what we have here is a golden shield. I will explain. So the question here is if it's paid, if we lose, or both cases. I will draw down two scenarios. Question here by Tabriaz Mohammed. So I'm gonna write down two scenarios, okay, hypothetical scenarios for comparison. One of them is when we make profit, one of them is when we make loss. So we're gonna look at silver. I'm gonna expand this to see it a little more nicely. And we are going to cover the position. All I do, by the way, is I just mark the box and it makes it, it let me choose. Now, if I go from 1 hour to, let's say, 1 day, now I minimize the position to, let's say, only 1,000 units. And now every dollar is going to worth $1,000 profit or loss. Okay, because we are with a buy, so we want the asset to go up. Okay, that's the idea. When we are buying asset, we expect it to go up. And obviously when we sell, we expect it to go down. Okay, so hypothetically, if it gets to the price that I've put down, 17,994, which is roughly here, right? So we're gonna paint it in red. I should lose 1,100, and if it gets to 20.3, that's roughly here, let's say. Okay, we're gonna be picky about it just for the sake of the discussion for you to see how to use AvaProtect. All right, so the steps are super simple. I click here on the box. I mark here the stats that I want, take profit, stop loss here, everything. Okay, and now we have two scenarios, and I have the fee here, right? So I have three things I have to remember. Two actually. Fee 226. Potential profit is we're gonna see in a moment. And potential loss, potential profit, we said 1129, 1188. All right. So if I've made profits, let's say if profits, what will I see? Okay, and if losses. So if I made profits, what should I see? I should see profit. Perhaps I should see +1. Okay, just moved, but we're not going to change the figures while it's bouncing. We're just going to stay with this, with the figure that it's written here. Plus, okay, this is the profit. Then we have minus fee 226, fee, and obviously no losses. Okay, if losses, so minus 1,179. Oh, sorry, 188 we said. Never mind. Okay, loss. Then we have plus, sorry, fee as well, 226 fee, and plus 1,188. This is losses back to the account. Yeah. So the scenarios are the fee. Everything is clear, right? There is no. Who asked about the fee? Right, the barriers. All right. Okay, Solis, you're asking if it doesn't get. I hope that I understood you. You're asking if it doesn't get to the take profit, what happens? So if it doesn't get to the price that I've marked. Okay, there is another question here. However, if I close, okay. So first of all, for Soline, you asked if it doesn't get to the take profit, and this is exactly the same is the question that I've got now. What if I close the trade before a day? So when I make profits, I can close it whenever I want. I'm not gonna wait a day. If, for instance, it got into I don't know, let's say 20, I want to close it before the take profit here. Okay, let's suppose I don't want to wait until it gets to the pink line. I want to close it right now on 20. Let's suppose, okay, because I want to close it now. So obviously I can. I can still enjoy the service. I'll be paying the fee. Okay, I'll be paying the fee, but I can close it right away. I can even close it here if I choose to, right? I took a position, I made profit, I close it right away. No problem. Obviously, the other way around, I would wait until it gets to the stop loss or at least the end of the coverage because I'm going to get my losses either way. Yeah? Okay. This is about AvaProtect. Do we have any questions regarding this at this point? Okay. All right. All right. So how to use AvaProtect showed on the screen to calculate potential profit or loss. Okay, so I'm gonna put the usual equation. What equation are we using? Movements, units. All right, and of course, this will be explained in a second, guys. Don't worry. All right, what that actually means is if I put down here a figure, let's say $1,000 profit or loss. Okay, now how did I come to a point when I think that I'm changing now? I have the price 19.1. Okay, if I change it to 20.1 and I only have, let's go with the bare minimum. Okay, 0.01 lot with silver. Those are 100 units. 100 units multiply by $1 movement. What is 20.1 minus 19.1? What is 20.1 minus 19.1? What is 20.1? This is the price for 1 ounce of silver. So 1 ounce of silver, when I have 1 ounce and it goes up and down by $1, I'm gonna gain $1. When I have 10 ounces, 10 units versus $1 equals 10. When I have 100 units equals $1 equals 100. This is why 1,000 units, as we have experienced just a minute ago with AvaProtect, equals 1,000 profit or loss. And this is how you calculate it. This is how you can know what to expect. You take the amount of units. If I have done this, so I have 1,000. 1,000 multiply $1 gets me okay. Obviously, if I take half $1, if I change it to half $1, right? So $500, okay. And if I'm changing it only for 20 cents, so how much is that? Only $200, right? Okay. All right. Is that this is the question? How to calculate profit or loss? Okay. Is that understood? Do you have any question? Do we have any questions regarding this? Even though it's very. Do we have any questions? Yes, this will work with currencies. Okay, Tobias, you're asking if I can correlate this equation to everything, the answer is yes. The answer is that you can use it for everything. And for currencies, instead of measuring dollars, you'll be measuring pips. What is pips? What are pips? Pips are percentage in points. Pips, right? Right? So for instance, we're going to take 0.1, considering lot size being for currencies, that's 100,000. So 0.1 or 10,000. Okay. So each pip, perhaps I should, okay, equals to $1. Therefore, 100 pips is an example. Multiply, okay, so this $100. Okay, this will work the same way with all of the other assets. All right, okay. How to make a withdrawal. Okay, we're gonna look now. We're gonna look now and see how to make a withdrawal. I have logged to the website. This is the interface that I see. Those are the, just get rid of this thing. All right, so this is the interface that I see. To make a withdrawal, let's suppose I've made $100, okay, and I want to make a withdrawal now. All I have to do is to click here on the 3 lines. This menu is for me. This is, I have the live chat here, I have tutorials here, I have, if I want to make a deposit, I want to see my previous tradings, order positions. To make a withdrawal, I click here on the 3 lines, I click here on withdrawals, and then I click here on, in a minute, this will offer me the same methods that I've deposited with, okay, which is wire or Skrill, okay, and I can just click here on wire transfer, choose whatever I want. That's it. I fill my things, and okay, obviously it's not gonna ask me to wouldn't complain if everything is filled, so it wouldn't complain that something is missing. All right, so this is regarding how to make a withdrawal. Showed on the screen, just log into the website, then of course click on all right, okay. How to do trading preparations. Can somebody explain to me what exactly are trading preparations? Why do I need to prepare myself to trade? What's the point preparing myself to trade? Why not just to trade, and then if the market goes my way, I make money? Isn't it, doesn't it sound like a good strategy? Okay, why do I need to prepare? Or perhaps, what is exactly trading preparations? When I'm approaching the market, let me just show you how many assets we have. Please explain margin and leverage. Okay. I'm gonna put your question down, Zenaida, but no, we don't have any questions like this. It's good. We're gonna put it down, and I'm gonna put here margin. Okay. All right. All right. An example. Okay. Let's exactly. First of all, yes. Bien, you're saying as an example, silver, when the right time to place a buy or sell. Maybe, but trading preparations is something a little more prior than that. Okay. Trading preparations. Right now, I have $10,000. $10,000, and I'm not quite sure what's my next move. I only know that I want to make money. I don't know how much. I don't know when. I don't know with what. I have absolutely no idea. Let's suppose I want to make another $500. Now, this is how many assets we have. Look how many wonderful things. Look how many wonderful things we have. A lot of currencies, a lot of indices. Okay, a lot of things. How can I know what suits to my okay? Let's go with perhaps the DAX. Think FTSE. We had FTSE in the beginning, isn't it? Let's go with FTSE. Okay. And I want to make money with FTSE today. All right. Vladimir, how does one qualify for a trader who can be followed by others? Okay. I'm gonna put your question down. I'm not sure I can give you an immediate answer, but I'm gonna first I'm gonna be done with this, and then I will attend the question. But I believe I have an answer for you. Okay, so I have 10,000. I want to make 500. We're gonna put it as a goal. Okay, and I have FTSE. FTSE, right? FTSE 100. And I know FTSE is group of assets, right? What are indices? Anybody knows indices? Indice is an umbrella that under this umbrella we have many companies. For instance, under Nasdaq you have Apple and Google and Amazon and Facebook and all those things. FTSE has other stocks, and CAC has other stocks, and same apply for DAX. Difference is DAX is Germany, Nasdaq is US, and FTSE is UK. Okay, is an example. Now, when we are looking at, so we have $10,000, we are aiming for $500. We have picked FTSE, amazing. Now I want to know how much. I'm looking at the price. The price now is almost $7,000. Okay. Now let's suppose I take a buy with one lot. What does it mean, one lot? Let's look together. One lot means 10 units of FTSE. Okay. One lot, that's 10 units. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at the daily candles and I see that yesterday FTSE was here, 7,100. This is $200 difference, right? Let's see. 7,100 minus the price that we are at right now, 690. Maybe we can make it a flat 7,000, right? This is okay. Now this is happening in a day. So this is $100, okay, from yesterday. Let's say $100 movement. Let's call it so it will be easier for us to handle. Right? $100. Okay. Now, with 10 units, right? if I'm looking at, we are now with a buy, okay? Hypothetically, I think it can get back to where it's been 7,100. Okay, my potential gain will be 1,000. How so? Because as we said in the beginning, 1,000. This is not Vladimir. This is not a question that I'm gonna answer at the concept that we are at right now, but I will give you I will give you a solution. All right, 7,100 is the goal. We are buying. We're hoping for the asset to get up. Okay, higher. Now, because it's $100 difference, and we are holding how much? 10. We said we multiply units by movements. Units. Movements, right? Equals summary. So our units is 10, multiply 100, we said movements, equals $1,000, right? It's a little more than that because it's not really 7,000, it's only 6,995. But again, this is just for the sake of the discussion, no need to be picky about it. Okay, in this case, we have prepared ourselves to what can happen, right? If this is in a single day, by the way, this is in a single day. So if, God forbid, instead of going up, my FTSE doesn't get to 7.1, it gets to 6.8, sorry, to 6.9, I can potentially lose just as much. How much is just as much? $1,000. Okay, $1,000 in a day. Is that acceptable to lose $1,000 in a day? I believe that the people in my audience at the moment wouldn't be happy to come back from their lunch and discover that the account went down $1,000, isn't it? Most of the people here wouldn't like that idea, right? Who would like to wipe out $1,000? Not many people. So by doing that preparations, I've come to the conclusion that either my position might be too big or it's too many movements for the asset to move. And then I have to put a stop loss. Okay? So by putting down the numbers, by understanding the value of the positions that I'm using, I am preparing myself to either something that is realistic or that is exaggerated. Okay? So before I even open the position, I'm less vulnerable because I know where I'm heading to. I know that if I have this much and it moves from 7,000 to 7.1, I'll make 1,000. And if it goes down, I might lose 1,000. And if I want to lose less, as an example, I don't want to expose 10%. 10% exposure seems to me crazy, right? So I want to make it to 5%, more reasonable. So how can I do that? I'm going to go to the lot size and I will take it by 5. I'll go to the lot size and I'll make it by 5. And then I've prepared myself to lose 500, another 1,000. Yeah? Okay. Do we have any questions regarding this part at this point? Yes, I already wrote down that I'll explain about margin and leverage. Agatha, uh, you're asking if it's mandatory. The answer is no. This is not a must. This is not a must. You can just shoot away. You can click your buy without doing any of the calculations, and then just pray that it will work. This is not mandatory. This is just to make things more clear to you. Okay? Yes, of course. I wouldn't recommend if I recommend doing that. Look, you're asking me if I recommend doing that, and I'm explaining how to do that. So whether you're gonna do it like I'm teaching and you're gonna do it, so this might be helpful. Okay? But I can't. It's not mandatory. That's the bottom line here. Okay. Any more questions regarding this? Let's just carry on at this point. How can I follow a trader? We have Vladimir, you're asked how you can be followed, but this is how you can follow another trader. Perhaps by answering this, I'll give you a hint to the question that you've asked. So the solutions that we give for somebody who wants to follow somebody else is 1, AvaSocial, 2, DupliTrade, or ZuluTrade. This is for certain certain accounts. Each account is configured differently, and this is why each account has different availabilities. Okay, different options. AvaSocial is an app with traders which you can see and follow and copy. DupliTrade is third-party company that provides strategies, right? That provides not strategies, provides traders to copy. Okay, you can perhaps. And ZuluTrade is an AI that you just that runs automatically by itself. So to follow somebody, you need this certain individual that you would like to follow, whether if it's here, whether if it's here, whether if it's here, and you need to contact your senior account manager to sign what we call the power of attorney. Okay, you need to upload a document called power of attorney that gives legitimacy to this individual who you are following. Okay, for you to follow, that you're accepting the terms for you to follow. You understand the consequences. Okay, and then it should run by itself. If everything is fluent, so obviously it should run by itself. You're following somebody, copying somebody who is trading, okay, or following somebody who is trading, and that's the difference. If I follow somebody, I see what somebody else is doing. If I copy somebody, I do exactly what he's doing. So that's the difference between to see, which is passive. I just sit and see how somebody else is trading, and copy, which is active. So I can see somebody how he's trading and maybe do it on my own as he's doing it, or I can link my account. Let me put it down. Okay, perhaps follow C, a trader, copy to link to another trader. Okay. All right. That's the that's give or take the idea. Okay. That's how it works. All right. All right. The questions that we have so far are: explain about margin, which I'm gonna do. Explain about leverage. Okay. How to qualify? How do you? Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start from the okay. So for instance, I'm a trader. I would like other clients to follow me. I have a group of people that I want to follow. So I need to contact my account manager. First thing, contact your senior account manager and ask him to open a partner account. After you have a partner account and you are qualified, you've scheduled and you're qualified for other clients to follow you, okay? Then you can carry on with the process. At this point, all I can say, I'm not going to extend, this will take us much more time than the webinar will allow us. Contact your senior account manager to open a partner account. Who asked about this? Oh, Vladimir, right? Vladimir, okay. Explain about margin and explain about leverage. Why the numbers keeps changing. This is all right. Explain about margin and explain about leverage. We have FTSE. FTSE now cost. So this is a bit. Yeah, it makes a little more sense. A quick announcement, we have changed from FTSE to UK 100. Okay. This will verify in a second. This will be updated. We're going to give it a second. All right, margin and leverage. So to understand how the margin works, I have to understand what kind of leverage I have on the asset. To know the leverage that I have on the asset, I click here on the I, as you can see here next to the star, I have I for information. Then I'm gonna go and see that the leverage here is 1 to 100. Okay, we're gonna put it down. We still don't know what it means. Still don't, not sure. Leverage, okay, let's see what is leverage. Okay, so the price now is 6,873. Okay, it seems like that if I want to take a position with, let's say one lot is 10 indices. 10 indices, if I multiply the price that I have here, 6,870. The value in dollars is obviously higher because this is in pounds. Okay, perhaps I should take something a bit more clear, otherwise might get you guys confused. Okay, this is a simpler version. Okay, now, okay, if I multiply Nasdaq, also a very nice index to see. Okay, now the price is 10,900. Okay, and the leverage that we have here is 1 to 200, even better than the FTSE. Well, higher than the FTSE. Gonna put your leverage 1 to 200. Okay. All right. So we are planning to take, let's say, just one lot of, okay, of Nasdaq. Okay. One lot is
We said units. How many units? 100. Multiply by the price. What is the price now? Equals. Okay, we're gonna do it together in a calculator, just to be sure, even though it's written here in the value, but never mind. Okay, so 1 million. All of you can see that I definitely don't have $1 million in my account. Okay, I don't have. I have only 10,000. Now, because my balance is multiplied by the leverage, 1 to 200, my 10,000 hypothetically can be multiplied by 200. How much is that? 2 million. So if I correlate 200 to the value and I divide 1,090, if I divide it by 200 by the leverage, so as you can see here, 5,400, that means that my margin is required amount to hold a position. This is the margin requirement, right? So the margin is a simple interpretation of my balance by the leverage, right? The margin that I have is the power that I have, on the account to trade with Nasdaq. Why is it not general? Why can't I say that my 10,000 will be as if I had 2 million? Why can't I say that? Because this is specifically, this is for Nasdaq, for US Tech 100 or Nasdaq. Okay, in particular, you just saw that for FTSE, the leverage is 1 to 100. Therefore, the leverage is specific and gives you the ability to trade with more units with the same balance. It's a multiplier. And the margin is a result that it's required to hold the position after the leverage is calculated. So if instead of taking 100, I would take just 10. Instead of need, if without leverage, I would need 100,000. With leverage, if I divide 100,000 by the leverage, I get, okay, all right. Do we have any questions regarding this at this point? Do we have any questions regarding who asked about the leverage and the margin? Let's see. Zenaida, right? Zenaida, you've asked about margin leverage. Is this understood? All right. All right. Okay. All right. So, Sambulu, you're asking how can I get an account manager? I will give you an answer in a second. What is 540? Again, the idea is that margin is a result after multiplying your balance by the leverage. This is why if I divide the value by the leverage, that will be equal to my margin impact. This is the value. What kind of value? Value of the position. How do I get the value? I multiply the units by the price. 10 multiply 10,900 is 109. 109 divided by 200, what is 200? The leverage, we said, equals 500. Obviously, if I divide this by 500, I get 200. That works exactly the same way. Sorry, too much. All right, let's carry on. We only have a couple of minutes, and I still want to. Okay, so this one we've covered. This one we've covered. What else? The question here. Oh, right. How can I get an account manager? So, how can I get an account manager? Is how can I get an account manager? Is one of the most common question that we have, and the answer is that you just have to log to the website. All right, so how to get an account manager? This is very simple. You have to just log to the website. You click here on the chat. You click here on chat with us, and you will ask from the chat representative to get an assignment for an account manager. Okay, so I'm gonna put here yeah, very simple. All right. Do we have any more questions at this point? Even though I'm not sure we have time to answer more questions, I'm just going to give you guys the information that I promised. Where is our chat? Okay. Guys, I'm gonna paste some useful links here. This is for the application I've explained at the beginning to use AvaProtect. This link is to log in and make a deposit. If you had enough from the demo account and you want to actually make a real account and carry on. This is for further information, even though we have the webinar still. If you have any questions afterwards that you would like to know, this is a real account. This is the academy, which is wonderful, wonderful place to get even more information, tutorials and videos and articles and whatnot. We don't have time. We didn't have time to do some analysis. This is very unfortunate. All right. So at this point, we don't really have a lot of time to have an open discussion. But I'm gonna give you guys another couple of minutes to ask away any questions you may have before we disclose this webinar. Okay. Any more questions in the next 2 minutes? I'm able to demonstrate on the chart. Do we have any more questions that we didn't cover so far? All right. BOE confirmed it will end an emergency bond buying. What this news item will have impact on pound? Okay. So what I would like to show you, since I cannot tell you whether pound is going to go up or down accordingly, or if it will have an impact significantly, but I can definitely show you that if you come here and you click here on the 3 lines and you go to Trading Central, you can see here economic calendar. And in the economic calendar, you may find things specifically for the currency that you're looking for. For instance, okay, I don't have at the moment pound, but what we have is US. Okay, there we go. And then while I mark the category that I like, for instance, if I remove it, let's see. Okay, you can see here all of the countries. All of the countries are here, and I may find the times and dates for things. Right, Thursday, you can see here. I have the price chart, I have the event chart, I have it. I can add it to the calendar. Very, very nice. Here I have the impact, by the way. Okay. I can also get the analysis views. If I click on Trading Central, I can get analysis views, and then it can help me even more. If I want, for instance, to see what was the question about the pound, for instance, about the pound. So here we can find something about euro and the pound. Here we have USD, we have GBP and Japanese yen, right? So many things that we can find in Trading Central regarding analysis and analysis views. Now, as I promised at the beginning, whoever was in this webinar can get one-on-one premium session, premium market review with the senior account manager. I'm going to paste the code here that you can give after you activate the account to enjoy the promotion, right? The special benefit here. You give the code here after you've made a deposit, and then you can get yourself a one-on-one premium market review with the senior account manager. All right, so we are done for today, guys. It's been a pleasure giving you the webinar. I'm happy that I see comments that people understood what I've explained, that asked after the question. I'm happy that all of you understood. At least if you've learned a single thing from this webinar, I've done my job comfortably. So best of luck with your trading. I hope you'll make a lot of profits, and I'll see you next week. Have best of luck and have a good day.